Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Line Breakers, show number 14. I'm Game Day Greg alongside Benny Buckets. We have a fantastic NFL Week 10 preview and pick show for you this evening today. We're recording very late here. So we apologize if it gets a little punchy and with the confusion, but I'm very excited to go over this exciting Week 10 slate. But first of all, as always, Benny Buckets, how are you today?
Doing good. Just finished up the college football show, and now we're on to the NFL. Got to get the content to the viewers.
That's right.
We have incorporated the we of course do have a couple. If you missed last week's show, I should say. We do have a couple new segments. We have What Were They Thinking, where me and Greg go over a line that seems very misaligned with what we believe the probable result of the game will be. And then, of course, the upset special. Our upset special, where we're picking a team plus the points to not just cover. That's too easy. But to win the game outright, an outright absolute winner. An outright winner as an underdog. Yes. So that is our upset special. Just to recap that, we'll recap all the stats.
We'll recap everything.
And then we'll get to our disclosure, of course. So last week, we'll start here with the current leader in the clubhouse for the NFL. That's Game Day Greg. He was 5-9. 5-9. It was not a great week, a tough week for Game Day. We both went 0-2 there. The last two games of the Sunday night and Monday night were very unkind to us both. We both had LA minus the 7, or minus, was it 7 or 7.5, whatever it was.
7.5, yeah.
7.5. It was 7.5, and they lost. Not only did they not cover, they lost outright to Tennessee at home without Derrick Henry, and did not play well. And then, of course, the Pittsburgh Bears game looked pretty good to the under through halftime, and then we had fumbles, and we had returns for touchdowns off fumbles, and we had taunting calls with hip checks by officials and all kinds of interest with the interesting, and that one, of course, went way over. I think it was 29-27, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, into the 50s, well into the 50s.
Well, 56 points, I believe. So yeah, well into the 50s. That one did not come close to covering. That was not good. So anyway, 5-9 overall, though he's still over 500, folks. So give him the credit. 44-42-1, still the leader in the clubhouse here. Best bets, he was 1-2. He went 0-1 in the upset special. 0-1 in the upset special. He had Houston, who was getting 5.5 to win outright at Miami, but the Brissett-led Dolphins took care of Houston, I believe, by double digits, if I'm not mistaken. So no win there on the upset special. But again, those records are probably not going to be very good because not only are you picking them to cover, you're picking an underdog to win outright, folks. So that's not easy to do. An outright winner. So player props, 1-2 on the year on the player props, 9-12. And his best bets overall for the year, 11-10. So that's Game Day's record. My record last week fared a little bit better, not great, 7-7. Overall record, 41-45-1. So we cut the 5-game lead that Game Day Greg had over us to 3. So he has a 3-game lead on us right now on Benny Buckets. The Week 9 best bets, we did pretty well here, folks. 2-1. The upset special, we got it right, folks. We got our upset special, the most important pick of the week. The Atlanta Falcons, who are 6.5-point dog, winning
most valuable pick of the week. Most valuable.
The MVP pick of the week. The outright winner at New Orleans at the gun, a coup field goal, folks, a 35-yarder or so coup field goal for win. That is the second time this year coup has kicked for the win. The game-winning kick at the horn. He also did so on the road as well against the G-Man back, I think, in week 3 or 4. So that was Atlanta's first win of the year. Player props, not a good week. We, as you know, with the player props, always with the seat of the pants, off the cuff. 0-3 on the player props, not very good. Overall, for my player props, were 9-12, same as Game Day. Overall, for our best bets, a little bit 2 games. Greg's got us by 2 games, 9-12 for us, 11-10 for Greg. So we're going to start off. We're going to get right into it here, folks. With no further ado, actually with some further ado, excuse me, with the confusion there. of course, the disclosure. So please, be aware that past results are not indicative of future. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Only bet with money you can afford to lose, as there is a risk of loss of principal when gambling. And of course, if you do have a gambling problem, please contact 1-800-GAMBLER or your local or closest Gamblers Anonymous group. They can do wonderful things for you if you do have an issue with moderating with the gambling, or if you have sustained heavy losses and would like to stop. Please do take advantage of those resources. So anyway, we're going to start off here with my Atlanta Falcons from last week. We are going to start off with the Atlanta Falcons on the upset special. They're in another situation in the southeastern part of the country where they are also an underdog and a potential upset special pick for one of us. Atlanta +8, -110. This line opened up, folks, at 9.5. It has been bet all the way down to 8. So money coming in on Atlanta here. This would be sharp money, as most of the public money comes in on the day before, which would be tomorrow, or the day of the game. So sharp money coming in on Atlanta. Both the 8-point spread -110 to both sides, both to the favorite. Cowboys are -8 and Atlanta +8. Total in this game has been bet up way high here, folks. Open up at 52. It's been bet all the way up to 54.5. And if you want to go in the over, you got to lay -115, under -105 to under 54.5. Atlanta on the money line +290, and Dallas on the money line -380. By the way, we didn't recap where we are getting our picks on this week, so we must disclose. You usually get a white screen, but this time you get a black screen, folks. You get a black screen. It is with the DraftKings, the publicly traded DraftKings, DKNG on the ticker symbol for you, trading about $40 a share for those interested in investment in DraftKings. Again, also, if you can trade stocks, also can involve loss of principal, and there is risk, and past performance is not indicative of future results with investing as well. So we get a dual disclosure tonight. But Greg, if you want to start at something, dual disclosure. Yes, double disclosure. If you want to start off here with this pick, go for it, sir.
Yeah, I like the Cowboys -8.5 here at home against the Falcons. I think the Cowboys certainly had a terrible week last week. Dak admitted to it. They just didn't get up. But I think they're going to respond well this week against the Falcons team, who has been playing well.
It's -8, by the way, not 8.5. But sorry.
Oh, perfect.
8 points.
Even better.
8 points.
Cowboys -8. Yes, I'm looking at something completely different. So yeah, that plays my point even more. So yeah, give me the Cowboys -8. I just think that they'll have a bounce back week this week at home against a good Falcons team, but I think the Cowboys will put up 30+ points.
Okay, so you got Dallas -8. I agree. I think it's a big bounce back here. Atlanta coming off a big win. I don't think they'll have another big performance like they did against their division foe, New Orleans. This is a non-division game. I expect a bit of a letdown from Atlanta. I think Dallas is going to be angry. I love Dallas here, -8 as well. So moving right along here, we're going to move over to Tampa Bay playing at Washington. Tampa Bay -9.5, Washington +9.5. The overall total in this game is 51, -110, shading to the over and the under. Tampa Bay -435 on the money line. Washington +330.
Yeah, this is another one where I'm going to take the favorite here. I'm going to take. Did you say -9.5?
It is, yes, -9.5.
Okay, I'm going to take Tampa Bay -9.5 here against Washington. Tampa Bay is clearly the better team. Washington's a little banged up, especially on the defensive side of things. Montez Sweat is out. Curtis Samuel is also out for the Washington football team. But I'm going to take the better team here. This could be a double-digit win. WFT is 2-6. Tampa's 6-2. No matter if they're away or home, I don't think that really matters. Tampa Bay has 32 points a game plus, and WFT is about 19 points a game. So give me Tampa Bay -9.5.
Yep, I agree here. Make this pretty quick. For same reasons. Now, Tampa Bay does have its own host of injuries. No Antonio Brown this week. No Rob Gronkowski yet again. This time, I think with a thigh or back injury, not the ribs this time. And Chris Godwin does not look. He's a game time decision, but trending towards not playing. So you do have a lot of injuries on the offensive side of the ball for Tampa Bay. But I just don't see Tampa Bay coming off a bye here, folks. Brady coming off a bye. dangerous game for Washington, also coming off a bye, but just not as talented. It's been a disappointing year. Not saying Washington's given up, but not a good showing out of Washington this year. So I'll take Tampa Bay as well, minus the 9.5. When in doubt, take the better quarterback.
Exactly.
So, this one I'll take first. It's a little hometown special here for both of us.
Nice.
But I'll take this one first because he usually gets the Bills games first. I'll take this one first though. It's my Jets. It's my JETS, baby. Jets.
Oh,
Jets.
but you're not even in that state. So
No, I am not. No, I am not. And nor was I born in the state in which they call home either. So, which is New Jersey, but yet they're called New York. So.
Okay, yes. Let's give Betty Buckets the shot here.
With the geography. My pick's probably going to surprise you folks anyway. So, Buffalo Bills minus 12.5 going into New Jersey. And the Meadowlands take on the Jets plus 12.5, minus 110 to both sides. Total in this game. So, first of all, the line opened up, I believe, is 13.5 or 14. It's been bet down to 12.5. Mike White, folks. Mike White will be back. He is coming off the finger injury, I believe. Apparently, he's good enough to play. So bear that in mind, folks. Mike White, not Zach Wilson, who knows if he's injured. They're saying he's still injured, but are they just trying to get a better look at Mike White and saying he's injured? So who knows? But Mike White will play. Zach Wilson will not be in uniform. Josh Johnson will be the backup yet again. The total in this game is 47.5, minus 110 to both the over and the under. Buffalo Bills minus 760, New York Jets plus 525. I am not going to pick a side here, folks. I just think it's a lot of points. The Bills have not played well lately at all after a resounding defeat at the hands of the Jacksonville Jaguars last week as a 14.5 point.
I don't know if you can call it a 3-point victory or a resounding defeat, but yes.
A defeat nonetheless when they're a 14.5 point favorite and they don't even win the game outright. They forget about covering. They didn't win the game outright. So, that happens when you're a minus 1,100 money line favorite and you lose the game. Any defeat is pretty resounding in my opinion. By the way, the Jaguars are plus 700 on the money line if you were interested. But I am going to go with a total here. I don't like a side. I am going to go with the under. The Bills have not scored very much lately. The Bills have been playing very good defense. So both against Miami and against Jacksonville combined, they've given up 20 points in their last two games. And while Mike White is in there, and I think he does potentially give the Jets the best chance to put up points. I do like the under here. I don't think the Bills are going to put up that many points against the Jets either, frankly. So I like the under here. Give me under the 47.5. It was 48. It's been bet down to 47.5. So give me the under 47.5 total in this game.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, my pick. This is Bills minus 12.5. This is a pretty easy selection in my eyes. No bias. But the Bills have, like Benny Buckets has said, they have been playing bad these past couple of weeks. And I think there were a lot of closed door meetings this week, maybe some player only meetings. Sean McDermott is completely businesslike this week, and they've shown that in practice. They have not danced around as much, have been loosey-goosey, maybe haven't taken things as seriously lately because they've been a good team the past couple of years. But no, Sean McDermott is completely locked into this game. I see the Bills blowing out the Jets. Mike White has said he believes he should be a number one pick, or if they went back to the draft, he should have been the number one pick, which is very interesting.
Considering he was undrafted, folks, he was with the undrafted.
Yes.
So
yes,
he was not a pick to begin with. He was the same number pick as I was, folks. Neither of us were drafted. Okay.
Yes. So. Yes, exactly. Let's just look at some of the numbers here to kind of back me up. It's just a vibe thing. It's a gut feeling here, honestly, because I was actually honestly between the Bills minus 12.5 and the over the 47.5. And I think the numbers kind of speak to that. The Bills have 11.5 point more per game than the Jets on average per year or per game. The Bills have a 29.5 points per game, with the Jets being at 18. But I think it goes for the points allowed per game. Jets are giving up 31.4 points per game. That's the average team that they've played. Now, the Buffalo Bills.
Yes, the Bills keep it up.
The Buffalo Bills are better than the average team that they've played. So if you take in those numbers, the Bills
how many points per game are the Bills giving up per game?
A league leading 14.8, actually. So that's 17-point differential, which is resounding. That's a resounding point differential. So I love the Bills minus 12.5 here. I'm actually going to make this one of my best bets. I know we don't do that and we don't tell beforehand, but I'm just so fired up about this game. I just need it to happen. So give me the Bills minus 12.5 here.
Bills minus 12.5. Okay, thank you, sir. Appreciate the analysis. Very good with the stats to back it up. We like that. We like numeric figures to back up our picks. So very good. New Orleans.
And by
Saints.
the way, before we, I just want to go back to the very first show we've ever done here at Linebreaker Sports with the NFL show, and where we didn't figure out if we had the side by side. So we had one person on full screen, and then when the other person would talk, the other person would be on the screen with the motion sickness every time someone would talk. So we'll go back and watch that show in case you haven't seen that. But Devin Singletary, I gave you a player prop before the year, over 500.5 rushing yards. He's at 355 right now. So he needs 145 quick math to tie, or 146 actually, to hit the over. Let's see if he can.
That is a doubt, folks. He's been averaging about 7 yards a game the last 3 weeks. So,
and
that's by no means a lock. That was a lock after week 7. Not by any means a lock after week 10.
So yes, he has 9 more games to rush for 146 yards. I mean, with this Buffalo offensive line, who knows? But
yes, with the Cody Ford,
with a lot of the guards. Anyways, we should draft guard 1 through 7. But getting off topic. All right, sorry, buddy.
Back on here. Yeah, let's get back on the horse here. New Orleans Saints at the Tennessee Titans. Some injury notes here. It was just announced Alvin Kamara was out of this game, folks. He has been ruled out. That is breaking news. Will not play in this game. So Mark Ingram will get the bulk of the carries, I'm sure, for the New Orleans team. They're at the Tennessee Titans, also minus their star running back. So the 2 marquee running backs in this game will not play. Derrick Henry will be out longer, more likely than not, than Kamara, who's got an ankle, I believe. And Henry is having foot surgery, may be out the rest of the year. So New Orleans plus 2.5, plus 100. Tennessee minus 2.5, minus 120. This game opened at 2.5. It went up to 3. And I'm a little surprised it's moved back to 2.5 with the Kamara news. You would think that would increase the spread, not decrease it. But regardless, the total in this game, 44 minus 110 to both the over and the under. And the money line, New Orleans plus 130. Tennessee minus 150. Want to take this one here, game day?
Yeah, I like 2 things in this game, and I'm just debating what I want to do here. I think there's some real serious value here, both with the spread and the over/under. So I'll just tell you what 2 I'm debating between. I'm debating between the Titans minus 2.5, given that news and the fact that they're at home. So if you take away the 3 points to the home team, you're saying the Saints are a 0.5 point favorite. With Trevor Siemian as their quarterback.
Correct.
So that is certainly with the interesting. That may be, we'll get to that a little bit later. But I also like the over here, the over the 44. I mean, both teams are averaging over 25 points a game. And they've hit that, at least the Saints, they've hit that number over 44 in 4 of the last 5 games. As actually have the Tennessee Titans. So a lot to like here. When a line smells fishy, I'm going to stay away. So give me the over 44 in this game. I think both offenses are good, even without their star running backs. I think the Titans can throw the ball on the Saints here, who don't have necessarily the best passing defense, giving up almost 300 yards per game. Give me the over 44 here.
Yeah, I'm going to differ from you a little bit here. I'm going to go with your original thought. Give me Tennessee minus a 2.5. Games in Tennessee. I think they're the better team anyway. They certainly have the better quarterback, and you're laying less than a field goal at home. Team that's won, I think, 4 in a row or 5 in a row, if I'm not mistaken. Last loss, I believe, was to the Jets. So this is Tennessee's the better team, even without Derrick Henry. They're playing. I keep hearing everyone say, "Well, there's gonna be a letdown. There's gonna be a letdown. There's gonna be a letdown." Well, until I see it, I'm gonna ride it. And they're playing, frankly, probably the best football of anybody in the AFC. They have the best record of anybody in the AFC at 7-2 after Baltimore's loss last night to Miami. 6-3, which we did not pick. So that will not be included in this week's picks or standings, if you will. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know why people are looking for reasons to not pick them or to doubt them. Somebody's producing, you got to ride it until they don't produce anymore. So give me Tennessee minus the 2.5. They're the better team and the best team in the AFC, and probably playing the best football of anybody in football, maybe with the exception of the Arizona Cardinals. So give me the Tennessee, by the way, a long shot Super Bowl pick from Game Day Greg there, plus at 40-1 prior to the year starting. So
I think that was the Arizona Cardinals. I had that's my
the Arizona Cardinals. A little sprinkle on the Arizona Cardinals.
We're talking about the Titans here.
No, I understand. I'm saying that the Titans are playing just as good a football as anyone. Maybe with the exception of the Cardinals. I was going to give Greg the credit. Give Greg the credit. Give Greg the credit for the.
It's late here, folks.
It is late. It is late. It's been a long day. It's been with the long. Longer for Greg than for me, but with the long. So, So give me Tennessee anyway. Moving on here, as it is late, so we will try and move expeditiously here as expeditiously as we can anyway, which is not particularly expeditious. But anyway,
I changed my pick. I'm going Titans minus 2.5.
Changed his pick, so he's going.
Let the record show I'm changing my pick.
Changing his pick. Tennessee minus 2.5. Okay, so he's changed his pick, folks. He's allowed to do that. We're allowed to do that until we stop recording, and we put. He's allowed to. So he has exercised that option, folks. He's exercised.
I was trying to talk myself into that over, but it just doesn't make sense. So, anyways, let's move right along.
Moving along here, Detroit Lions plus 7.5 at Pittsburgh Steelers minus 7.5, minus 110. Detroit minus 110 plus 7.5. Total in this game 42.5 minus 110. Detroit plus 280. Pittsburgh minus 365 on the money line. Greg, if you want to go ahead.
Man, I hate picking favorites this whole entire time, but I think I'm just going to have to ride it. Give me the Steelers minus a 7.5 here. I don't think there's a lot of explanation needed here. The Detroit Lions have not won a game. They haven't covered a 7.5 spread. They've covered a 7.5 spread or less one of the past 5 weeks. Granted, the Steelers aren't the best team in the world, but I do think they are 7.5 points better than the Lions. So give me the Steelers minus 7.5.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't really like either side here. I just don't like Pittsburgh laying more than a touchdown against anyone with their offense. And
normally we buy the hook here as well.
Yes, we would, if you were to bet it, you would probably want to buy it.
To be true to both.
We got to give you the minus 110 odds, not the minus 130 odds. Buying the hook, by the way, you're giving up 20% juice if you buy the hook. So you're going from minus 110 to minus 130. So that is the cost of buying the hook to get to a common number, an even number here at 7, which is a common outcome. So, but I don't really like either side here on this. I certainly am not going to take the Lions. And they're completely defeated record so far. I believe they're 0-7. I want to say
0-8.
0-8. Thank you. 0-8. They're coming off a bye. I just don't like Pittsburgh giving up, laying more than a touchdown against anyone. So I'm going to go with the total here. I don't think you're going to see a whole lot of points in this one, folks. I like the under quite a bit here. So I think the way to play this is the under 42.5. Detroit is not going to be able to move the ball on Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's defense has been playing much better of late. TJ Watt has squarely inserted himself, along with Myles Garrett, as the 2 front runners now for Defensive Player of the Year. It probably was Trayvon Diggs for the first 6 weeks, but Myles Garrett with 13.5 sacks, on pace to break Michael Strahan's single-season sack record of, I believe, 22 or 23 sacks. And TJ Watt seems every game he forces a fumble. So those are your 2 front runners for Defensive Player of the Year. And I just don't think Detroit's defense is better than you'd think, folks. And I don't think Pittsburgh's going to score a lot. So they'll probably run the ball quite a bit. So I like the under here. Give me the under 42.5. Detroit at Pittsburgh, under 42.5. Next game up here, the Buffalo Bill Killers, folks. The Bill Killers, as they've been known. The Buffalo Killers, the Bison Killers, all the acronyms you can use in superlatives, for the Jacksonville Jaguars, plus the 10. the Urban Meyer-led Jacksonville Jaguars +10, -110 at Indy. They are -1 Indianapolis. The Colts are -10, -110 at home. It's a lot of tens in there, so sorry for any with the confusions, but that's the line, so we have to recite it that way. The total in this game, over 47.5, -105, under 47.5, -115. Jacksonville +340, Indy -450. This line opened up at 10.5. It has been bet down to 10. So go ahead, game day.
Yeah, this is going to be my first game that I picked that's not either a spread or a favorite for that matter. Did you say the over-under is 47.5?
It is 47.5 on the total. -105 to the over, -115 to the under. Correct.
Yep. I'm going to go under the 47.5 here. I think the Colts offense will put up points, but I don't think the Jaguars offense will. The Jaguars got very lucky last week. Granted, they did beat the Buffalo Bills, but I don't know. It's just an off game for the Bills. I think
the Jaguars were the better team last week. Let's be fair.
Sure, that's fine. We'll go with that. But yeah, I don't really have an explanation for this. I just don't like the Jaguars. I don't like their offense.
It's a little salty here, folks. A little bit with the bias.
I am. It hurts to even talk about it, folks. Just like it's hurting with the keeping the eyes open. I'm going to go under the 47.5.
Okay, great. Thank you. I am going to go with. Ooh, this is tough.
This is your disclaimer, folks. 3 to 5 sports books.
Yeah.
Shop for the best line possible. It's your money, your hard-earned money. Shop for the best line, get the value. All right. Anyways, Ben. Buckets.
Yeah, I'm gonna go a little counter here. I think the Jaguars are. I'm gonna go with the Jaguars here. I think the Jacksonville, a little inspired after last week, coming off a big win. I expect them to have another pretty good performance here in the division game. So give me Jacksonville plus the 10. I don't love it. I think this is one of the harder games of the week to pick. I don't like the total either. It could go either way. So give me the Jaguars plus the 10 points. Next up, I'll take this one first. I'll actually take the next two first, if you don't mind here, game day. I have some strong feelings on this one. So Cleveland Browns plus 2.5 at New England. New England -2.5 at home. Total in this game is 45, -110 to the over and the under. Cleveland plus 115 on the money line. New England -135. Listen, guys, I told you last week they were my second. I would have, if I had to pick two upset specials, I would have went 2-0, folks, because I told you Cleveland was my other thought in the upset special. And not only did they beat Cincinnati, they actually demolished them. That game was over by halftime, folks. They're up by 17 points at half. They are better without Odell Beckham, and that hypothesis has yet again been proven last week. It'll be proven again this week. Cleveland's the better roster. I know no Nick Chubb. I know no
running backs.
No Kareem Hunt. No
Demetric Felton or John Kelly. All four running backs are out.
Well, it will be Dearness Johnson who will be toting the ball. And I understand that, but Cleveland's the better roster. They've got a much better, well, I don't want to say much better. They have a better defense, better pass rush than New England. No disrespect to Matthew Judon, but he's not in the same class as Myles Garrett, folks. I just expect Cleveland to come out here, have a strong effort. I think Odell Beck, OBJ being gone is addition by subtraction, and that has been proven out every time he doesn't play. Cleveland seems to play better, and they'll no longer be playing for them. That's the good news for Cleveland. So give me Cleveland plus the 2.5. I will take the points with the better roster. So Cleveland Browns plus 2.5.
Plus 2.5. Okay, I'm going to go a little different here. I'm going to go over the total on this game, over the 45, I believe. Was it 45?
It is, yes.
Okay, over 45. To Ben's point, I don't think Cleveland's going to be running the ball just because all of those running backs are out. I think Baker is in a little bit of a revenge type season ever since OBJ's dad came out on YouTube and said Baker is not throwing his son the ball. OBJ leaves. People starting to view Baker as not the greatest quarterback, and Baker's pretty pissed off by that. So I think he's going to throw the ball as much as he can here. And when you throw the ball, you typically score more points. Cleveland did put up 41 against the Bengals, who went from first to last in that division pretty quick. But I think New England can put up in the mid-20s, and I think Cleveland will actually put up in the 30s. I think Cleveland can win that game to Ben's points there. But yeah, give me the over 45 here.
Yeah, I got you. Over the 45 for New England and Cleveland. Excellent. Let's see here. So the next game up, let me get it up here, is going to be, going to be the Arizona Cardinals at home as a 10.5-point favorite. Arizona Cardinals 10.5-point favorite over the newly minted Cam Newton back homecoming of Cam Newton. He will not dress in this game. The former Bills quarterback Matt Barkley will be the backup. PJ Walker of XFL fame, folks. He would have been probably the early pace setter to be the MVP of the XFL prior to it being canceled because of the pandemic. He will lead in the Panthers into State Farm Stadium and the desert, the Valley of the Sun. 85 degrees here, folks, and clear on game day for all you folks back on the East Coast. Just that 85 and sunny here in November, here in the desert, in the Valley of the Sun. So for this particular game, I will lead it off because it's the hometown game here for me. I'm going to go a little bit different here, folks. I actually like the Panthers. I like the Panthers plus the 10.5. Yes, Greg's eyes were pretty much closed, and that woke him up a little bit. A little caffeine for Greg. Give me the Panthers. Listen, after a huge win last week, it doesn't look like Kyler Murray's going to play again. He did not practice all week. He's a game-time decision again. Probably no DeAndre Hopkins. I'm assuming they're going to hold him out. They figure, well, if we can beat the Niners in Santa Clara, without Murray and Hopkins.
Oh, here we go to geography.
So the geography. With it, not even in the same county. Not even the same county as San Francisco.
Oh, boy.
We already know. But we'll try to keep the geography to a minimum because game day Greg's eyes are tired. So, or at least he says they are. So.
Look at the bags, folks. Look at the bags.
With the bags. With the bags. Yep. So
like the bags are going to win you this week. If you follow. So
yes. So give me the Panthers plus 10.5. Panthers plus 10.5. I expect PJ Walker to actually be an upgrade over Sam Darnold, who has not played.
Oh, 100% agree.
I like Carolina. I think this is a letdown spot. You got a big divisional game next week against Seattle. So I think Cardinals riding high. This is a game the Panthers need, folks. After the loss last week, I expect a big effort out of them. I like Carolina won here last year or 2 years ago with Kyle Allen when they were an underdog against the Cardinals. So give me the Panthers plus 10.5.
Panthers plus 10.5. Noted. I'm going to go a little bit different here. I'm going to go with the total here. I was pretty confused for a little bit. The over-under is 44 in this game. 44 points?
Let me look it up. I believe it's 44.5. Give me 1 second.
Sure.
44.5.
44.5 still.
Yeah.
I am going to take the over the 44.5 here. I don't care if it's Kyler Murray's playing or not. The Cardinals just know how to put up points. And like Ben said, I do think PJ Walker, yeah.
Yeah, PJ Walker.
Is an upgrade over Sam Darnold. Sure. And I think the Panthers do have something to prove, but the Cardinals are very good, folks. I can see them scoring 30. And if they score 30, this is definitely hitting because I see the Panthers getting in that 17 to 20 area. So give me the over the 44.5 here.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Sorry, one second. Just a text message here. I got 1 second. Sorry. You want to do a little disclaimer again or something about sportsbook? Sorry.
Sure. I'm not going to do the same disclaimer twice in the.
All right, we're good. We're good. We don't need. We don't need that. Thank you. Sorry. Little with the break. We had to respond with the response. So we're good now. Thank you for that. Sorry for that impromptu delay. Next up, the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota Vikings in to take on the LA Chargers at SoFi. The Vikings are +3, -105. Chargers -3, -115. Total in this game, 52.5 to both the over and the under, -110. And the Vikings are +145. Chargers -165. This game opened up Chargers -2.5. has been bid up to -3, and the total opened up at 52.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Chargers -3 in this game against the Vikings. I think the Chargers is the better team. If you take away the 3 points for the home favorite, you're saying that these teams are even. I don't think so. And the record doesn't think so as well. And I'm going to, and when in doubt, again, take the better quarterback. And Justin Herbert is a better quarterback than Kirk Cousins. I don't care what all those stats people have to say. Oh, Kirk Cousins throws for so many yards. I mean, no, he's just not the better quarterback. I'm going to take the Chargers in this one, even though they're not necessarily playing that great in the past. I mean, they did win against the Eagles. They barely just won.
Hey, they
but
got the
lost
cover. They got the cover last week, which is all that mattered for our best.
Yes. Again, another low spread here. So yeah, give me the Chargers, the home team, -3.
Yeah, I'm going to go a little bit different here. I'm going to take a total. I'm going to go over the 52.5. Dalvin Cook, with potentially some allegations have surfaced against him from a former girlfriend. He's supposedly going to play, but who knows if he'll actually play. That's a kind of a touchy subject. What will happen? Kind of hard to know. So that would be a loss, but even if they do lose him, which would be a loss, but Alexander Mattison, very good backup running back, has proven himself to be more than adequate as a fill-in for Cook when he's been injured, both this year and in previous seasons, when Cook's been out with injury, because that has happened, unfortunately, a bit. And listen, the Chargers can't stop the run. If he does play, they're putting the best running back or probably the second best running back in the game, the best healthy running back in the game, since Derrick Henry's out injured, the best healthy running back in the game against the worst running defense in the league, in the worst running defense in the game. That has disaster written all over for the Chargers.
He's better than Austin Eckler. I don't know if
Dalvin Cook is better than Austin. It's not.
Oh, I'm saying Alexander Mattison would be the best running back. You said Alexander.
No,
Madison
I said not in the game. I said that Dalvin Cook is the best healthy running back in the game, meaning in the league, if he plays.
Oh,
because he is
better than Derrick Henry.
No, I said besides Derrick Henry, second best. Did I say best? I meant second. Yeah, he's the best healthy because Derrick Henry's not healthy. So yes.
So a lot of variables to get into that.
A lot of variables. Okay. If he plays, who knows? But even so, even if it's Alexander Mattison, I like you or me running the ball against the LA Chargers because they can't stop anybody running the ball. They can't stop a nosebleed when it comes to the rushing game. So worst rushing defense in the league, which is saying quite a bit when you have teams like the Jets and the Jaguars in the league. So. As well as the Detroit Lions. So I like the over. I think the Chargers also put up points. The Minnesota defense, not the same type of defense away from US Bank Field as they are at US Bank Field. So I love the points here. Give me the over on the 52.5. So give me the total over 52.5 for this game here. Perfect. All right. Next game up here, the Seattle Seahawks +3 -105. At Green Bay, -3, -115. Total in this game, 49.5. Both to the over and the under, -110 on both sides. Seattle +145 on the money line. The Packers -165. Couple quick notes here, and they'll hand it over to Game Day for his pick. Russell Wilson will return. He apparently has shown no ill effects from the finger surgery. He's back supposedly at practice to close to or 100% healthy. This is an interesting game because we don't know officially if Aaron Rodgers will play. Now, he is supposed to play, but he has not officially cleared the COVID protocols and would have to do so by tomorrow in order to play. So this is a little bit of a tough one to pick. With that being said, this game before Russell Wilson news came out, this game opened up as a Packer 5.5-point favorite with the idea that Geno Smith was going to quarterback or helm the Seahawks. With the Russell Wilson news, it's been bet down all the way to 3. So if you want to go ahead there, Game Day, and give us your pick, go for it.
Yeah. This line doesn't make really too much sense to me. I understand Russell Wilson is back, but he may be a little rusty. He has to go into Lambeau to play against the Green Bay Packers, a 7-2 Green Bay Packers, albeit they don't necessarily have all their weapons. Actually, do they? Is Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones healthy?
They are.
Yes.
But they may not have Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is yet to clear the COVID protocol officially. So.
Oh, that's right. Okay, folks, we were in a different world here.
I mean, he may. If he does, then I believe if he clears, if that news comes out, this line will quickly be bet up if it is deemed that he clears. So,
Yes.
but anyway,
I'm gonna take that risk.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the Packers minus 3.5 against the Seattle Seahawks. If you think about it, I mean, I'm basically betting on Aaron
minus
Rodgers.
3, not 3.5, by the way, minus 3.
Even better. Packers minus 3. If you're thinking about this, I'm actually, for my reasoning behind this, I'm betting on Aaron Rodgers to play. So if you're giving 3 points again to the home team, you're saying these teams are even. If you give me an opportunity to bet an Aaron Rodgers led Green Bay Packer team in an even game against Russell Wilson, who's coming back from the surgery, I like the Packers in this one at home at Lambeau. Give me Packers minus 3.
Yeah, I think this is a hedge, really. I think because this line is so low because of the uncertainty regarding the COVID protocols and Aaron Rodgers. That's why this line, I believe, is so low. I'm going to play it a little differently. This pick also hopes or is indicative of Rodgers coming back, but I don't really like the total. But I like the over in this game. Seattle's got a pretty poor defense. Green Bay's defense is okay, but I do expect a lot of points in this game. So I'll take the over. Again, if Jordan Love is the quarterback, then this probably doesn't look so good.
Yikes.
It's a lot of points, but I'm going to go over the 49.5. So,
okay.
All right, next game up here is, if you don't mind, I'll take some pretty strong feelings here on this one. The Philadelphia Eagles at Denver Broncos. Philly plus 2.5, minus 115. Denver minus 2.5, minus 105. The total in this game is 45, minus 110. Eagles plus 115 on the money line. Denver minus 135. I am a fan of this game. Opened up. The Eagles, I believe, were 3-point underdogs. It moved all the way down to 2. It's been bet back up to 2.5 in favor of the Broncos minus 2.5. So I really love this game. Not either side. I think this is a tough game to call. The Eagles have been very competitive. Jalen Hurts has actually played fairly well. Both defenses have taken a step back, although the Denver did have a good defensive game last week. They let up 0 points while the game was in hanging in the balance against Dallas. They let up 2 garbage time touchdowns to Dallas. Didn't really mean anything anyway. And they won the game 30-16. But I love the over here. Denver was able to move the ball in the Dallas defense, which is far superior to the Eagles defense. And I believe in the Eagles offense. I think the Eagles offense, Devontae Smith, Quez Watkins, Jordan Howard, who has bounced around from Chicago to Philly to Miami, now back to Philly, is kind of the lead rusher now with Miles Sanders out. And they've just been doing a pretty good job putting points on the board, don't have a particularly good defense. So I really like this one. I got this one in early, folks. I got this one at 44.5, but I like the over 45 for this total here, Philly and Denver.
Yeah, thanks for that pick, Ben. I'm going to go Eagles plus 2.5 for all the same reasons that Ben just alluded to as to why he thinks the over is the viable play here. I am starting to come around on Jalen Hurts. I think he could be the answer there. Again, he does have weapons around him, like you said, Devonta Smith, Quez Watkins, and he's got his legs.
Dallas Goedert, I forgot to mention him. One of the up and coming tight ends in the league. Dallas Goedert.
Yep. So I think their record doesn't necessarily paint the picture for this Philadelphia Eagles team of late. And as you guys know, I don't like the Broncos. I don't believe in the Broncos very much, but I'm going to take the Eagles plus the 2.5.
Okay, very good. Next game, the Sunday night game, a very interesting game. First Sunday night football game, folks. At the Death Star at Allegiant Stadium there, right off the Vegas Strip and I-15 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Kansas City Chiefs -3, -105. First Sunday night football game in front of fans, I should say. We'll neglect the fans part. There was a Sunday night game between Kansas City and Las Vegas last year there, but no fans. First Sunday night game in front of fans. So Kansas City -3, -105. Las Vegas +3, -115. Total in the game 52, -110 to both the over and the under. Kansas City -145, and then Vegas +125 on the money line. This game opened up as a Kansas City 2.5-point favorite. It has been bet up to 3. Again, you are getting a little bit better odds. You only got to lay -105 instead of the traditional -110 on DraftKings if you want to lay the 3. So game day, if you want to take this one here.
Yeah, I do. I'm just going to stick with the Chiefs here, -3. Against the Las Vegas Raiders. That was awful, by the way. That is your midnight Greg Raiders.
11:33, but who's counting? So
it feels like 4 a.m. with the week I've had, work-wise. But yes, nonetheless, I'm going to take the Chiefs -3. I just think they're the better team. I do like the Raiders. But you can't lose to the Giants and then expect to be good against the Chiefs the next week. That's just my thinking. So I'm just gonna keep it simple. Chiefs -3.
Yeah, I think this is the first one this week. We're gonna go head to head. I am gonna go with the Raiders. Las Vegas Raiders.
He's got an hour on me, folks. That's an hour fresher, Raiders.
That's an hour fresher at 10:34. At 10:34 p.m.
with the Arizona time zones. This may be the time zone episode. I don't understand the Arizona time zones.
Yes.
Arizona and Hawaii.
It's too late to discuss it.
Why can't you just change the clocks like everyone else? Why do you have to move time zones? I was telling Ben in the pre-production meeting. This is like, say the Warriors played the Bulls tonight in basketball. You play for the Warriors the first half, and then you switch over to the Bulls the second half. Like that just doesn't make any sense. So with the confusing time zones, but I have no idea why we got back on or how we got on that.
Yes.
So you want to talk about your tangents? That might be the tangent of all tangents so far in my
the tangent of tangents with the tangent of tangents. Yes.
Yes. Anyways.
Yes. So
Ben,
the Raiders
going against each other. I like it.
Yes. So the Raiders. I like the Raiders. A couple of reasons. One, coming off a bad loss to the Giants, they had a lot to deal with the Henry Ruggs situation. Now, Damon Arnett, one of their starting cornerbacks, has been released because he threatened to kill somebody on Instagram with a weapon. So that was not good. It's been, to say the least, the Raiders, I think they'd like to take 2021. The
Raiders first round pick.
Throw it in the garbage can, folks. Throw it in the garbage can and just send it to Mars. If
the Raiders should send their first round picks for second and thirds because the first round picks have not been living up to expectations.
No, they have not.
So.
Colton Miller not really working out on the offensive line. It's been bad.
Mike Mayock,
Cleveland Farrell, Mike Huff, Scott Huff, if you want to go back with the Matt Leinart,
Henry Ruggs.
Lots of questionable Raider first round picks. But
Mike Mayock, you think he would be a little bit better?
Perhaps he should go back to NFL Network. He should trade his job. Maybe they should do a trade. Give us Daniel Jeremiah or Tom Pelissero, and we'll give you Mike Mayock. Okay, they should do a swap with the NFL Network. Who knows?
That would be the first of that.
Maybe the rap sheet. Maybe with the rap sheet at Rap Sheet Rappaport to be the Raiders GM. Who knows? But
I mean, if they're going that route, why not Mel Kiper Jr. Just to have him go out.
At least the hair will be on point, right? With the gel. So, but anyway,
anyways,
to get back on topic here, another with the tangent. So we do here. Well, late at night we go with the tangents, but
we're down to the last game.
Listen, yes, we have one more game after this. Kansas City Chiefs are the worst team in the NFL in the regular season against the spread, going back a full calendar year, week 9 of last year. They did not play particularly well against the Green Bay Packers, and had Aaron Rodgers played in that game, they would have lost by probably 2 touchdowns to the Packers. Did not play well against the Packers defense, have not played well all year, and I expect the Raiders. This is a big game for the Raiders. They're 5-3, and if they really want to compete for this division, this is a must-win for the Raiders. And I expect a pretty boisterous crowd there at Allegiant at the first Sunday night football game in front of fans. So with all those factors, Chiefs bad against the spread, Raiders in a must-win situation, coming off a tough loss. I expect a big effort from Las Vegas and the Bisaccia-led Raiders. Give me the Raiders plus the 3. By the way, another news note, in case somewhat Raiders related, John Gruden filed a lawsuit officially today in the 8th District Court in Clark County, Nevada, against both the NFL and Roger Goodell named in it, saying that he was singled out with the emails and that the only emails that were released from that probe were regarding Gruden. It was a personal attack. So The
Good luck.
former coach of the
Good
Raiders
luck.
has filed a lawsuit. I don't know what he's looking for, but it didn't say
He's not
monetary.
gonna win it.
But
He's
well,
not gonna win
he is filed. So anyway, moving right along. Last game of the day, we have our last game of the week. We should say it's not the same day. It's Monday night. Because if it's not Sunday night, it's got to be Monday night. Monday night game, the Los Angeles Rams with Odell Beckham. Don't know if he'll play or not. That's to be determined. Von Miller probably will try and give it a go. Did not play last week. He should probably be able to give it a go this week with the ankle. -4, -105 at the San Francisco 49ers, +4, -115. The total in this game, 49 to the over and the under, -110 to both sides. And the Rams -190 on the money line. Niners +160 game day.
Yeah, this makes 0 sense. Come on. Rams -4 here. In this spot. I mean, this is just borderline insanity to me. The Rams are 4-1 in their last 5, and the 49ers are 1-4 in their last 5. If you're just going based off of the Rams disappointing showing against the Titans last week, I mean, the line makers here, I think, got this completely wrong. I understand with wherever they are, San Francisco, Santa Clara, whatever. Ben can get into that either this show or next, hopefully next. But yeah, give me the Rams -4 here. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Who cares if OBJ plays? That Rams offense is unbelievable. And if Matt Stafford is not hurt or broken his arm, they win this game by a touchdown. So yeah, give me the Rams -4.
Yeah, that was my initial inclination, but the Niners do have a lot of success against the Rams. They won both meetings last year, even though the Rams were the Niners had a bad year, a down year without Garoppolo, and George Kittle missed most of two of their better offensive weapons. I'm actually going to play this a little bit differently. I was going to go Rams -4, but I don't know. I feel like this game is for the Niners season. They're 3-5. They lose this one, they go to 3-6. I think you could see a big effort out of the Niners, and they traditionally Shanahan, I think, has like a 6-1 or 7-1, some sort of ridiculous record against McVay. For all those reasons, I'm going to fade the side here. I am going to go with the over the 49. The Rams are going to put up some points. I do expect that. I think they'll put more up than the 17 or 22, whatever they had last week against the Titans. And I think the Niners are going to be able to score and move the ball on this Rams defense, which is frankly not lived up to the number 1 billing it had last year as the number 1 defense. They have been somewhat disappointing, especially against the Titans last week. Very disappointing. So give me the total in this game over the 49.5. I'm sorry, over the 49. 49 minus
49 or 49.5.
49. I'm sorry, 49 or 49. So I'm going to go over 49. SF, and then you are going with LA Rams -4. All right, so to recap here, folks, we'll give you game day Greg's picks first. He's got Dallas -8, Tampa Bay -9, Dallas -8 at home against Atlanta, Tampa Bay -9.5 at the Washington football team, Buffalo -12.5 at the New York Jets, Tennessee -2.5, which he switched from the over 44 in the game to the Tennessee Titans -2.5 at home against New Orleans Saints. Pittsburgh -7.5 at home against Detroit. Indy and Jacksonville under 47.5 for the total. New England and Cleveland over 45, game in New England. Indy and Jacksonville in Indy. Carolina and Arizona, he's got the over 44.5, game is in Arizona. Minnesota at the Chargers -3. Seattle at Green Bay -3. Philadelphia at Denver, Philadelphia +2.5. Kansas City at Las Vegas, Kansas City -3, and the LA Rams at San Francisco, LA Rams -4. I've got Atlanta at Dallas, Dallas -8, Tampa Bay -9.5 at Washington. The under on the Buffalo at New York Jets, 47.5, under the 47.5. New Orleans at Tennessee, Tennessee -2.5. Detroit at Pittsburgh, under the 42.5. Jacksonville +10 at Indy. Cleveland +2.5 at New England. Carolina +10.5 at Arizona. Minnesota at the LA Chargers over 52.5. Seattle at Green Bay over 49.5. Philadelphia at Denver over 45. Kansas City at Las Vegas catching 3 at home. And then the LA Rams at the 49ers over 49 points. So those are your picks for this week. We will continue now. We're going to go with the what were they thinking line. I believe last week.
Best player props.
Yes.
We need to do all that.
We're going to do that after. We'll do whatever.
Oh, why are we changing it up now?
Well, that's what we did last week. We did what were they thinking, and then we did the upset special.
We did not?
Yes, we did. We did.
Oh,
yes.
Folks, comment down below. Did we do the normal picks, best bet, player props, then the new 2 things
Yes,
at
we
the
did.
very end?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, you're right. That's what we did. We did the best bets, the player props.
No,
that we
well,
did.
Whatever. Fine. You want to do the best bets? Go ahead.
I think
you went
we
out.
need
Go
to.
ahead. Go ahead. I don't feel like fighting.
No. Actually, you know what? We're gonna do that. Let's change it up. Let's
change it up. All right, we'll change it up this week, and then we'll figure it out for next week. All right. So
can I do my what was they thinking first? Because
no, you did the what was they thinking first last week. So I'll do the what was they thinking first.
I love this back and forth.
You can do your upset special first, since I did the upset special first last week. How about that?
Sure. Okay. Perfect.
All right. What were they thinking? I am going to go with what were they thinking. I am going to actually do something that's probably a little bit off the cuff here. A little bit out of the blue. I am going to go with what were they thinking. I'm going to go with the Denver Philly total. I think this should be closer to 49 or 50. Denver can put up points, folks, as Philly has. Denver's defense has not been the same since week 3 or 4. Again, no Von Miller. He's been traded. Before that, he was hurt. So really hasn't been the same defense since Von Miller hasn't played for them. And Philly does not have a good defense, and they do have a pretty reputable offense. So I don't understand this. I think you got one, I think, good offense in Philly with a bad defense, and one mediocre offense with a mediocre defense. To me, that spells more than 45 points total. So what were they thinking? I'm going to go with the Denver Philly total of 45.
Okay, very good. My what were they thinking is the Rams -4 against the San Francisco 49ers in the Monday night game with Louis Riddick, Steve Levy, and Brian Griese.
Correct.
Wow.
Don't forget Lisa Salters. She's also there. Lisa
Salters. That is a fantastic. Anyways, getting beside the point here. We're getting a little punchy. Right, yeah. This just does not make sense to me. Rams are arguably the best team in the NFC. I understand the Niners have the Rams number, especially last year when they weren't playing very well. Shanahan, for some reason, seems to get the upper hand of McVay, but the Rams are a juggernaut team. When they win pretty convincingly. They're not in too many close wins. Their past 4 wins, they have covered at least by 8 points. And this is a 4-point spread. So give me the Rams -4 with the what? What were they thinking?
What were they thinking? Yes. What?
All right. And with the upset special, I'm not even going to try it, folks.
Come on.
Conserve the energy.
You have a fiance sleeping.
Oh, we have a fiance sleeping. We have neighbors, and
we'll let you off the hook this time, but not next time. But go ahead.
Yes, with the upset special. Let's dive deep here into the upset special because we were really focused on the what were they thinking and didn't even look, to be quite honest. With the upset special, I think I'm gonna debating between 2 here. All right. With the upset special, I'm gonna go with the Philadelphia Eagles over the Denver Broncos here. I don't know what the Eagles are currently on the money line, but I think the Eagles have the better quarterback. I think
we'll give it to you. The money line, according to DraftKings, Eagles +115 if you want to do a sprinkle.
+115. Okay, we'll take the Eagles here on the road against the Broncos. I am a firm believer that the Broncos are not very good. You guys know that. Jalen Hurts, I'm not going to explain why. I'm just going to say that I think the Eagles will win this game. And hopefully I can get back to 500. Or back to that alludes that you have to actually be 500. And I guess I was with 0-0, but give me the Eagles money line against the Broncos.
This is my favorite segment of the show. I'll give you two that I'm thinking about, and then I'll give you
we do one for one.
Well, one that I'm thinking about, and I'll
Okay,
give you official one that
the official. Okay.
So the
Okay,
one
I
I was
jumped
thinking
in.
about is the Las Vegas Raiders +3 at home against Kansas City. Again, I think a must-win game for them if they want to get back in, if they want to have a serious contention, seriously contend for that illustrious AFC West crown. I think they need to win this game outright. So that's the first one, but I'm not going to go with that. I am going to go with the team that I almost went with last week. Again, I think this is a better matchup. I think this is clearly the better roster.
This is the one I was debating too.
At on the road. Again, I understand no Chubb, no Kareem Hunt, but the Cleveland Browns are getting 2.5, but the Cleveland Browns, all right, set, special! The Cleveland Browns, the upset special. This is my upset special! The Cleveland Browns. Yes, Greg's got to turn on the volume because with the loud. So even
That's some crazy guy yelling upset special over here.
Even from 1,500 miles away, still with the loud. So my upset special, folks, is the Cleveland Browns plus the 2.5.
No,
not the 2.5. To win outright. I'm sorry, but they are getting 2.5 if you take them on the money line there. But I'm on the spread. I'm sorry, on the spread. It's like it's with the late. They are plus 115. Plus
witching hour.
Yes, it is. Plus 115 on the money line if you want to do a little sprinkle. Cleveland.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Okay. This has been fantastic. This has been such a fun show.
So now we're going to go to our best bets. I believe who went first last week? You go first last week on the best bets. We alternate here, the best bets. We cannot duplicate the upset special because
let me take a look. Let me take a look. We have
and we cannot duplicate what where they think because we're only giving you one, but we can duplicate as we've established in the past. The best.
I went first.
You went first.
Yeah, I went first. So you go ahead.
Okay, so I'll go first and we'll alternate here, but we can duplicate. My first best bet, I'm going to go back to the well. They let me down last week, but coming off a bad loss, they're going to be angry against a team that does not have a good defense. A team that rewarded me last week by picking via the upset special Atlanta Falcons. But I'm not gonna try and tempt fate 2 weeks in a row with a mediocre Falcons team. A decent offense, bad defense, bad offensive line. Give me Dallas. Give me the Dallas Cowboys, even with no Randy Gregory, the leading sack leader for the Cowboys. Give me Dallas -8. By the way, you do get Michael Gallup galloping to the rescue. Michael Gallup back in the lineup this week off the IR after like 7 weeks when he was only supposed to be out 3. So, but anyway, regardless of that, give me Dallas on the best bets here. Dallas -8.
Dallas -8. Okay. My first best bet is going to be Rams -4. No analysis needed. I've picked them for pretty much everything here. I picked them for my pick, the what were they thinking, and the best bet. So I'm riding heavy with the Rams -4 here.
Yeah, I'll go with my what were you thinking pick. I'm going to go with the over on the total in the Denver-Philadelphia game, over the 45. So give me the over the 45. We've already gone over it twice. We won't bore you a third time. Denver, Philadelphia, over 45.
Over 45. Very good. I'm going to go with the Titans -2.5 against the Saints as my second best bet. I think this is another first in the show. I did a little reversal best bet situation here. So confident the first time with the reversal. I'm gonna go with the best bet.
Yeah, that's a good one. You stole what I was going to do with my third. I'm going to also go with Tennessee -2.5. Got this one in early, folks. Got this in. I wish I would have waited. Got it in when Tennessee was a 3-point favorite, so we don't get the benefit of the hook here. But at least we're not on 3.5, so we push on a field goal win. But give me Tennessee -3 as well. Sorry, -2. Sorry, I got him at -3 at the window this week. Give me them Tennessee. Wish I would have gotten them at -2.5. Give me them at -2.5, not the 3 that I got them. Give me the -2.5.
-2.5. Perfect. All right. My third best bet is going to be an over/under for the first time, maybe in show history. The line breakers with me. I'm going to go Browns versus Patriots over the 45 as my third best bet here. I just think these offenses will be able to put up some points. We could see the ball thrown quite a bit here in this game with the Browns' lack of running backs. And then the Patriots, Ramondre Stevenson is questionable in this game. Who's been a surprise for the Patriots. So yeah, give me the over the 45 in that game.
Okay, great. So just to review yards, since I went first, my best bets this week: Dallas at home -8 against Atlanta, Philadelphia, Denver over the total, over the 45, and then my third best bet: New Orleans at Tennessee, Tennessee -2.5. Greg's best bets: LA Rams -4 at San Francisco / Santa Clara / San Jose / Silicon Valley / Northern California / Napa Valley. You can use any of those for the Northern California
/ Nevada.
Yeah, / Reno if you want to go further east / Sierra Nevadas. So New Orleans at Tennessee -2.5, the second best bet, and then his final best bet is going to be Cleveland Browns at New England over the total, over the 45. So we've got two best bets here with totals of 45, and we both picked overs. I had Philadelphia, Denver. He's got Cleveland at New England. And now we're going to go to our famed spot here, the old famed spot, where you're going to go with our player props this week, folks.
Player props, yes. We're down to the final.
As we review. So.
As we review, we like to pick these off the cuff here.
Yes, we do.
I have one, so I guess I'll go first. I only picked one as we were doing the show. I go to the well with this one a lot because I do think he's undervalued. Most weeks, it's just whether or not the ball gets to him. He's targeted enough. He certainly has the capabilities. But Emmanuel Sanders over 49.5 receiving yards in this game against the Jets. I think this is going to be a get back game for the Bills. You guys know why. I gave some stats as to why I think that could be. And the guy if you're looking at me, I guess if you're looking at me, my left shoulder, but actually my right shoulder, Josh Allen is going to throw the ball over 330 passing yards for Josh Allen. So yeah, Emmanuel Sanders over 49.5. I hope I gave you enough time to come up with a pick, Ben.
Yes, you did. I'm going to go with 2 out of the Colts and the Jaguars game. First one is going to be Carson Wentz over 49. Over 249.5 passing yards for Carson Wentz.
249.
Yes, over 249.5. Yep.
Okay.
249 in the hook. And then I am going to give you a second best bet since I've got it already. That's okay.
Oh, perfect.
I am going to go with. Sorry, making my decision between two. Yep. Give me Jonathan Taylor over 18.5 receiving yards.
Receiving yards. Very good. Okay. I am going to go with Aaron Jones over 60.5 rushing yards.
I like that. It's a good one. Rush.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay. Let's see here. Prop.
Now, question: if a player does not play in the game, and you pick the under on the rush yards, does that count?
It's voided. No, it's voided. They have to play. They have to play in order for it to count. So.
Okay. All right, I got one for you.
Oh, okay. Oh, I've got one. Actually, 1 second. I'm making my decision. I've got the game here.
Okay, I'll go. I got one.
Go ahead. Yep. Go ahead.
I'll go KJ Osborne over 27.5 receiving yards.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
I believe UB grad.
Is he?
I believe so.
I didn't know that. Okay. Over 27.5 receiving.
Completely wrong.
I'm gonna go with it's a Sunday night game. I think there's gonna be a lot of points in this game. Give me Patrick Mahomes over 285.5 passing yards.
What was the number?
285.5.
Okay.
I ironically, his total is less than Derek Carr's, which is 289.5. So I find that rather with the interesting, frankly. But
KJ Osborne was Miami, folk. Oh, yes, he did. He was at University of Buffalo and Miami. So
there you go.
Look at that.
All right,
so
there you go. For the player props here, folks. Greg game day Greg rather. Emmanuel Sanders over 49.5 receiving yards. Aaron Jones over 60.5 rushing yards against Seattle at home. Emmanuel Sanders is against the Jets on the road. KJ Osborne over 27.5 receiving yards at the Chargers, LA Chargers and SoFi. For me, I'm going with Carson Wentz over 249.5 passing yards against Jacksonville at home. Give me Jonathan Taylor over 18.5 receiving yards, also against Jacksonville at home. And then Patrick Mahomes over 285.5 passing yards on the road at Las Vegas.
Awesome. All right, folks, that does it for another Line Breaker show. NFL Week 10 picks and preview. I hope you guys had a fantastic time listening. We're going to have some exciting stuff coming along the way. I'm moving a little bit slower due to our daily jobs here over at Line Breaker Sports, at least cast wise. But I am Game Day Greg alongside Benny Buckets. We made it through this show, folks. Thank you so much for listening, and sit on the couch, enjoy the weekend. So much football. Some of the best times of the year watching football, Saturday through Sunday, if you can. So with that being said, I'm Game Day Greg alongside Benny Buckets. So long, folks.
4.